a small sample of idea to discuss different questions and some answers. We will try to answer some questions, and we will take some idea about inspiration from natural computing. So, a small sample of ideas. The history of science is marked by several major breakthroughs, including the discoveries of Galileo, Newtonian mechanics, the laws of Newton, Darwin's theory of evolution, the Mendel genetics, principles of Mendel genetics, quantum physics, which is very, very important and emerging field, quantum physics, and development and the discoveries of computer systems. Now, in all these different domains which I named previously, there are some big breakthroughs have already been made in these fields. We are now in the middle of another theoretical revolution. And this theoretical revolution, I mean, is the age of natural computing. And in this field, discoveries are being done, discoveries are in the pipeline, understandings are being developed, and they are being developing, and we have achieved certain milestones, and we are going to achieve some others in near future and in far future. This is a time when the interaction and similarity between computing and nature is becoming each day greater. Now, by this I mean that initially, when natural computing, people were working in the field of natural computing, the systems were not that much efficient. But now, some systems are being developed which are really very, very efficient. For example, today we have noticed that our spreadsheets are calculating much faster because of the modifications and the implementations and the efficiencies of the algorithms and the systems working behind these spreadsheets. Our grammar checker is finally working approximately perfectly, not 100%, but it's we can say that it's working perfectly, and we are using it in different domains in our daily life. There are cars being developed these days which are self-driving cars, and we know that they are autonomous because different types of artificial intelligence algorithms being implemented in these cars and in these systems, and so they are available especially in the labs, but soon we will see that they will be commercialized. And talking robots are available these days. Talking robots, which was a fantasy previously, is now a reality. And robotics is a very, very important field, and this in the robotics we know that again artificial intelligence is working perfectly in different types of robots to achieve different types of targets and functioning of these robots in the industry or in the daily life, in our houses, in our kitchens. Some natural phenomena and processes involving in natural means are, we can discuss some examples about the clustering of dead bodies in ant colonies. They are very, very intelligent system, intelligent behavior by intelligent beings. Birds flocking. We have noticed many times that when the birds are flying in the sky, they are flying sometimes in the flocks. Some birds species are flying in the flocks, and they are following these flocks. And if we observe them, we can take advantage of their behavior, their intelligent behavior in flying, and we can use these inspirations in our artificial systems and manipulating DNA strands, because this is what I'm talking about, the DNA computing, that we are manipulating DNA strands for different types of computations, for enhancing the efficiency of computing processing, storing information in DNA strands to solve different types of combinatorial problems with the help of manipulating these DNA strands. We can see over here in this picture that when ants are working to clean up their nests, some ant species group together corpses of ants or dead bodies, as illustrated in this figure. We can see over here that in this picture, the dead remains and dead bodies of ants are scattered in the ant nests. Now the ants have their objective to clean up their nests, so they start with collecting different parts of the dead bodies, and they cluster them under some rules. And if we can focus over here in this picture B, now they have the workers of ants have clustered different parts in different parts of the ant colony, and they have cleaned their places. Now this is a very systematic way of working and coordination among different workers of the ant species living in that arena. So how they are working this and how they are achieving their targets, because they are working independently, but their independent work collectively coordinate to the achievement of a big target. So this is how they are achieving. So this is again an inspiration for us to study this behavior of these intelligent beings and to implement them, or to develop some types of algorithms which can be used in artificial intelligence. Now the basic mechanism behind this type of clustering or grouping phenomena is an attraction between the dead bodies and the workers mediated by these ants. Small cluster of items grow by attracting more workers to deposit more dead bodies, and gradually they are depositing more bodies and more bodies, types of parts of the dead bodies in different parts. And so if we think what they are doing, basically they are doing clustering. This is clustering, and clustering is again very important these days. We are using in different types of algorithms of for clustering are available. We have to cluster our data. We have to cluster, for example, clustering are being used on the microarray data, on some other types of data for predictions. These clusterings can be used. We can start with a small cluster and growing that cluster, and this has been inspiration taking from different types of these natural systems. Some natural phenomena, others, for example, this grouping being done by there are two rules are working here. One is a pickup rule and the other is a dropping rule. We will discuss these rules in detail in the coming lectures. Another example is of the birds. If we look into the birds' flocks in detail, we can assume easily in a first go that they are following this leader. That the birds' flock is, the rest of the birds are following this leader. But now this has been proven that this is not actually the case. They are not following any leader. They are just flying. They are flying individually. But again, if we look into the big picture, so the whole flock is flying in a very systematic way. So this is again an inspiration for us, and we can develop some systems depending upon these types of intelligent behavior by these intelligent beings.